made you decide to come out and be a part of this today?
I want to support Randy. He's kind of spearheaded from the Ohio State side, and also support my son and all the other players.
What do you think it says when you have these parents from all these different schools come out here and make this statement today?
I think it shows that there's a unification between the different schools. It's just not an Ohio State thing, and it's the message everyone talked about is that we're just all looking for some transparency and some understanding of how decisions were made, who made what decision, what process, protocol they were following, and looking for the same moving forward, right? So how do we know what decisions are going to be in the future if we don't know how they're making those decisions?
What are the biggest questions you have right now if you were talking to Kevin Warren or you were talking to Big Ten presidents that you want to get answers to?
I'd like to know, was there a vote or not? How did people vote? What was the information they based their decision on? And what was the decision process they followed? And then I would also like to just point out things like, these kids are doing, like everyone said, they're doing all these protocols. They're safer in the football program, and if they're just hanging out. And there's always the option if someone is not comfortable, they can opt out. So don't take it away from every team in the Big Ten, all players of 14 teams. If someone's uncomfortable, nobody's going to hold that against them. And the NCAA has already said they won't lose it just to keep their scholarship, keep their eligibility. So I think that's the more fair way to go. Is let people make that decision, right? Instead of making it for them.
What made you confident that Ohio State had the protocols in place to keep your son safe?
Just in talking to Luke, and two things: the coaches and the doctors on Zoom calls, like everyone mentioned. We've had several Zoom calls with the entire team and Coach Day and team doctors. We've had tight end unit team calls, texts going out to the unit, each unit coach. So I know Coach Wilson sends out, and he tells us parents, shows us parents, sends us the text he's sending the kids, constantly reminding them, constantly on them about choices and social distancing and all the things to stay safe and stay healthy. And then just talking to Luke too, and understanding they're testing twice a week, protocols with masks coming in and out of the facility, limited number of people in the facility. They totally revamped the weight room, so guys working out aren't crossing paths. They kind of move things around, so it's all like a bunch of mini gyms. Everyone stays in their area, gets their whole workout in. So there's a ton of things they've done to make that probably the safest environment they could be in.
Obviously, your son is a senior with NFL aspirations. How difficult is this uncertainty for him?
Right now he doesn't want to really think about that. So at some point, we'll talk with him and figure out based on. Again, it's hard to think about that and make a decision right now, or even have a decision process because we don't know anything. So even if they say we're going to play in the spring, it's pretty vague. There's no details, right? We don't know when, what the protocol's going to be, what the decision process might be, if they're going to shut it down then or not. Will it be January, February? Will it be March, April? Will the NFL move anything? So there's a lot of things that we don't even know yet. So I don't think he's ready to go through that process yet.
What are your thoughts on that idea of potentially playing 2 seasons in 1 year?
Again, I agree with some of the parents that spoke that, weigh that up. What's more dangerous, doing that or playing now with all the safety protocols and everything we have in place, right? So I understand it. For Luke, it wouldn't be the case because he's only got 1 season left, right? But for other players that are going to play in spring and then turn around and play again in fall, there's probably concern, right? What it's going to do to the body. It's a physical sport, so I don't know.